I recently attended an online presentation by Lyssa deHart. It was presented by the ICF SF Bay Area chapter. What a great time it was, learning about coaching to the competencies from a true master certified coach. I came away with two big lessons that I'd like to share with you in today's video. If you have not heard of Lyssa deHart before, I recommend that you check her out right away. She has much to share that will help you to improve your coaching. In this session, she was focused on coaching to the competencies and how it can enliven your coaching and strengthen your coaching rather than restrict or constrain your coaching. Two big lessons that I took away from this conversation, I think will help you to improve your coaching. And they certainly are going to be strengthening areas for me as well. The first one, which is going to be difficult for me, is that maybe you shouldn't take notes during the coaching session. Lyssa said that she does not take notes at all during the coaching session because she believes that, and I'm paraphrasing here, these are not her words, it could break the connection between you and the client, because how do you stay focused on partnering with the client when you're focused on taking notes? Even if you're taking brief notes, in that moment, you're concentrating on the notes while the client is presumably continuing to talk, because in a coaching session, the client doesn't usually stop talking while you're taking notes. This is going to be a challenge for me because I usually do take notes during coaching sessions. I don't take a lot of notes. I take brief notes. I usually like to write down some of the highlights that I want to be sure to remember that came out of the coaching session. But what could I do differently? As I thought about this and I accepted the challenge, which I believe that Lyssa was putting on the table, I thought perhaps I could ensure that there's buffer between my coaching sessions so that I can then take notes afterwards if I feel like that's important. If there are certain important details that I want to be sure to remember, then I can do it after the fact. I don't have to do it during the coaching session. Today, before I recorded this video, I had a coaching session with a client, and I purposely put my notebook away and did not take any notes. And I did feel somewhat of a lighter sense about me and a greater freedom to focus on the client and really connect with the client. So I'm already seeing how it can be different when I'm not taking notes or thinking about taking notes as I'm in a client coaching session. So that was the first big takeaway, and I'm already starting to try it and see if this might really work for me. Maybe it'll work for you. The second big takeaway is that sometimes coaches focus on performance or perfection. Performance meaning we are so focused on trying to do the right thing, to follow the process, to check in at the right time, ask the right question, not interrupt, not stack, not ask yes or no questions, and make sure we get through the acronyms of the coaching process that we're trying to apply to this session. We're seeking perfection, or we're seeking performance by doing all these things. But that gets in the way of partnering with the client. Lyssa believes that partnership with the client is what coaching is truly about. It's not about performance and it's not about perfection. And this echoes the sentiments that I've heard from the ICF, that PCC does not stand for Perfect Certified Coach. So we should not seek to attain perfection in our coaching sessions. Indeed, we probably never ever will, even if that was our obsession. And we're not performing as coaches. We're there as a human partnering with another human to help them to find and unlock growth in their professional lives. This was a big lesson for me too, and not so much because I do focus on performance or perfection, just because it's so important. It's so important to understand this idea that partnership is truly what you're after. And it's caused me to think, how can I better partner with my client? And that takes me back to the first point, right? The first takeaway of not taking notes. That's one way that I can start to better partner with my client and stay focused on my client and truly just be free to be with the client in that coaching session. those are two big takeaways. I believe that if you visit Lyssa's website, start reading through some of her material, watch some of her demo videos, you're going to get all kinds of takeaways. And I may share more in the future as I view some of her videos as well. If you have questions about these two ideas, please place them in the comments below. If this video has been helpful to you, please subscribe to the channel, like it, and share it with others. If you'd like to learn more about my Executive Coach in-person certification and training program, then either email me at michael@barrierexecutivecoach.com or visit the Center for Executive Coaching.com website and look for the in-person seminar. It's centerforexecutivecoaching.com/in-person seminar. And you'll be able to learn about our next seminar that's coming up in April 2023. Thank you very much and best wishes to you.